Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today, another episode in our wide world of food. Today, we're going French. Oui, oui. Or ouai, ouai, whichever you prefer. Today, we're making steak au poivre soup. So, steak au poivre is a French dish, which is basically just peppercorn crusted filet mignon. But we're making it into a soup. So let's get it going. First of all, I've got my 4 filet mignons here. You don't have to wrap them in bacon. If you just have tenderloin, cut them into some discs there and get them ready. And here I have 3 tablespoons of peppercorns. Now, as always, all of the ingredients, their amounts, and the directions are down below in the description section. So check that before you make this. Don't just go by the ingredients that I shout out as I'm cooking, because who knows if I'm right. I set this up like an hour before. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to take my spice mill over here. I'm going to dump in my peppercorns. I don't want them fine. I want them sort of coarse. So we'll give it a few pulses and see where we are. Except for those 4 that have escaped on the floor, later to be eaten by cats, and then they'll be upset with me. What's new? Alrighty, we got our pepper where we want them. So, I'm gonna do something with my steaks. I'm gonna put them over here on the wire rack that they're gonna dry on later, rest on. And I'm going to put down about half my peppercorns. Yeah, that's exactly how I want them. I'm happy with that. Then we'll take our filet mignons and press it into that pepper. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm getting excited. All right, we got that done. Now we got all that pepper on there, we're going to head it with a little bit of salt. Now we shall move over to the stove and do our magic. So here at the stove, I have my skillet is heating up on medium-high heat. I'm going to add about half of my either butter or what we use, Wagyu beef tallow. We did an earlier video, did the butter versus Wagyu beef tallow using the Gordon Ramsay method of cooking steaks, which is what we're doing here today. And the beef tallow came out better, so that's what we're using. Tallow in, going to get it melted. It's all melted, so in goes our steaks. We're going to put them on one side. We're going to be gentle to not disturb that pepper layer and let them cook for about 3 minutes. Then we'll flip them over and do some other things. Alrighty, we're just about to hit the 3-minute point. I'm going to put the rest of the beef tallow in there and then give the steaks a gentle flip. Again, not to disturb that pepper layer. Oh, we got a beautiful crust on them. Let them go for another 3 minutes. Now we're going to don our PPE. I did that for you, Mike Kemp. He's my AHS manager. We're going to move these steaks to the high side of the pan, what we're going to call the high side. We're going to chuck in a couple sprigs of thyme. We're going to remember that that pops a lot. Now we'll tilt the pan, get the tallow to this side, and now we're going to baste those steaks. We're going to do this for about a minute, minute and a half. Just taking that tallow, putting it over the steaks. We're going to keep doing that for about a minute. Then we're going to check the temperature of our steaks. We want them to be about 130 to 135 in terms. They're sitting about 90 degrees, so we're going to keep that basting up until we get them to where we want them. Then we're going to take them off and put them on a wire rack, cover them with foil, and let them rest as we finish up our soup. Alrighty, so our steaks are done and resting. Now we have strained the juices, wiped the pan out. Now goes in our chopped shallot, 1 full chopped shallot. We're going to cook this for about 2 minutes until it's nice and soft. So our shallots have been cooking for about 2 minutes. Now it's time to add the garlic and thyme. And we're going to stir this for about a minute or less until it gets good and fragrant. Oh wow, that is freaking amazing. Oh, it is there. Now we're going to whisk in about 1/4 cup of flour, and we're going to keep doing this until it browns a bit. All right, now we're going to whisk in about 1/4 cup of brandy or cognac, just depends on what you have. I've got brandy. Oh wow, that smells amazing. All right, now in with our 5 cups of beef broth. Now we're going to bring that to a simmer. All right, we're just shy of the simmer stage. Now I'm going to mix in 1.5 pounds of quartered little taters. Little taters. I believe the French term is petite. Once that's at a full simmer, I'm going to let this set and those taters cook for about 15 minutes. All right, my taters are on their 15-minute simmer. Now over in the saucepan, I'm heating up 1/2 cup of olive oil. And what we're going to do with that is put our shallot that we cut into rings into there, get those fried up, and then put them over on a baking sheet with a paper towel. Alrighty, so the potatoes have been cooking for about 15 minutes. Now you need to use a German technique on your French food. I know, weird, right? So what you're gonna do is take a fork and gently poke it in one of the potatoes and make sure it goes in pretty easy. Then, you know, the taters are fork and tender. Okay, they are. So what we're gonna do now is turn the heat down very low. We're going to stir in our Worcestershire sauce and a cup of heavy cream. We're going to let this go for about 5 minutes until it's warmed through. Then it's time to get some judgment. All right, so the soup is done. So got a bowl here. I got my broth of potatoes. On top of that goes some of our incredible steak au poivre, hence the name. And then some of our fried shallots. All right. Before the director judges me, she's going to come in here and make it pretty, take a picture for the thumbnail so everybody wants to look at it. And then she's going to try it and tell us how we did. So the judgment of the director.
Got the magic cheese, a little bit of parsley.
Alrighty, here we go.
Wow. Very good.
We got a wow, very good if you didn't hear that, or if my editing skills aren't good enough.
That's good. It has so many flavors to it. Potatoes are nicely cooked. They're not too mushy. Steak is wonderful. The sauce is just bomb. And we need to be done so I can eat, 'cause that's good.
All right, the chef's getting lucky tonight. Alrighty, hey, thank you so much for joining us today. Until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.